Hello, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Command Website Setup. So today I'm going to show you how to get your website launched and customized beyond the default settings within Command. And so if you're here with me live, you can definitely go ahead, drop any questions or comments in the chat. I will try to get those answered in real time for you. If by some reason timing is getting away from us or there's a bunch of questions, no worries. I will stay a few minutes after class to get those answered for you. And if by chance you're watching this back on a recording, you can definitely reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. And so, again, today's class is going to be Command Website Setup. So, I'm going to show you how to make sure that your KW site, your agent site, is launched today. And then also how to update changes like your headshot, your bio, and different settings within your website just to help personalize it a little bit more for you. This is kind of an overview class. We do have additional classes and tech tip videos on our YouTube channel that will go into like adding custom content to extra pages on your website and things like that. So at the end of class, I will show you our YouTube channel and how to access those if you're looking to go a little bit deeper than what this class covers. All right, let's go ahead and log into Command here. There we go. And so first things first. Your information that populates on your website actually used to have to be edited right on your website. For any agents that are here with me today that have been with KW for more than a few months, you may have been used to the legacy version of the websites. You did have to edit those directly within the website in order to update things like your headshot and stuff like that. Now, with the new version that has been launched, your information is pulling from two different profiles within your Command account. I'm going to show you both of those profiles and how to edit the fields within those profiles today. And that way you will know where to update basic information like headshot, your name, your license number, anything like that. Please know again that if we work with your Market Center, though, you are always welcome to email us with the information that needs to be updated, and we are happy to help get that done for you. Okay. And so, right here within Command, over in the top right hand corner where your name is, go ahead and give that a click if you're following along. And the two profiles that the information for your website pulls from is your My Profile, which is right here. We're going to jump into that one second. And the first one is your marketing profile. It's living right under here under settings. So go ahead and give settings a click. On the left-hand side, go to connect settings and marketing profile. So right here, let me pause just for a quick second and say, if you are on a team, make sure that you're right here on the top right hand corner, that you're under your personal account and not your team account. You can always check this by clicking on your name in the top right and just making sure that this is your personal account showing right here at the top. If you are a team member and you have permissions higher than standard, like you are unlimited or enhanced permissions, maybe you're the rainmaker, then, if you were under your team account, you would actually be on a completely different marketing profile and you would be affecting the team website. Don't do that. So that's a different class. We have a whole class on team websites. Today, we're going to stick to individual agents, KW agent sites, and even if you're a team member, you still have your individual KW agent site, so this still applies to you. So again, make sure your personal account is showing right here at the top and we'll just click away. This means that this marketing profile we are looking at is for that KW agent site, and every single agent within KW gets their own KW agent site. So you should be able to see this within your own command. Letting a few people in from the waiting room. There we go. So first things first, right over here on the right, you'll notice a toggle. If you want your information to be branded on your KW agent site, meaning You want your headshot to show. You want your name, your phone number, things like that to be visible on your KW site. Definitely have this toggled on to green right here. If for some reason, like I know in some cases, some agents like to have a third party platform, a different site that they use, like a custom built one. In that case, you may not want your agent site to be branded so that it won't compete on search engines. In that case, you can always toggle this off and it should remove the branding from your KW site within about 72 hours. Please do know that will also take the branding away from you as well on your KW consumer app, though, too. Okay. In most cases, 99% of the time, you will want this toggled on. So go ahead and make sure that's toggled on. Coming on down, we'll notice your My Photo and your team logo right here. You can go ahead and upload those in these particular places. Do know that for your photo to display correctly, it really does need to be that perfect square. A 360 by 360 pixel is best. If you need any help at all, like adjusting your headshot to get to that size, or maybe it's just looking a little wonky, definitely reach out to us and we can help you with that too. But you'll want to go ahead and have this uploaded in this particular field as it will display on your KW agent site. Now for the team logo, currently the team logo does not show on a KW agent site. However, you may still want to go ahead and have an image uploaded in this particular field as your other command marketing like email campaigns and smart plans, they do pull from the same bank of information. So there will be a field sometimes on those emails or designs that wants to display your team logo. And if you don't have an image in this particular field, it can show a broken image sometimes. So if you don't have a team logo, no worries. We've seen agents use like a generic KW logo that you can put in this particular field. You can also enter your headshot again right here in this field as it will populate your headshot in a couple of different places for your team logo as well. Okay. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. And then coming on down to my details. You will definitely want to make sure that this information is compliant with your local area, with your brokerage and your board. However, your name should be displayed, your license number, your team as well. If you're not on a team, you may see, especially if we've set it up for you here at SLM, you may see your name at and have your brokerage's name there. Um, you can adjust this however you would like. And then you have your job title, your slogan, and any designations you'd like to share. For your slogan, some people, especially if you're just getting started, maybe you haven't figured that out for yourself just yet. You can always put a space in that field if you need to, just to get past it. Okay. They did take away the red asterisk, so it's no longer required, but every now and again, that marketing profile will get stuck on that field. So you can just put a space if you need to. Next are affiliations. There are military affiliations. Um, from this list that you can choose from, even if maybe you are not military yourself, if you are maybe a military spouse or even just a family member. And all the way at the bottom, just a supporter of the military, you can choose any of these designations that you would like to have appearing on your website and your marketing. Below that is your biography. If you need any help writing a biography for yourself, by the way, that is one of the services we do offer. We can help you write a biography. That is also available on the website for all the people that are just coming in. Let me drop those links in the chat again, guys, just so you have them. Um, and so that is our website link, the last one. So you can always go there, check out our agent resources. That's what you want to look for. And one of our support services that we can offer you is to help write your bio for you. So right here, this is one of two places that I'm going to show you today where a biography would need to be updated in order to populate correctly on your website. So this is one of the two places. So you can go ahead and drop your bio here. FYI, if you try to put emojis in the biography, it's not going to display correctly on your website. We don't recommend it. And coming on down, mobile phone, office phone, email. Those are required fields here. Just make sure that you enter your information here correctly, as this is the contact information that will display on your site. And then your website right here. Definitely recommend making sure this is a working link on your marketing profile. You can do that by simply copying that link, opening a tab, pasting, and going to that website. It did open our website correctly, so that's a good thing. That's a green light. We can go ahead and go back to our marketing profile and know that it works. What that does is to make sure, well, the reason you want to make sure it's a working link, first of all, is on your marketing, when you do any marketing through command, like even other than your website, like let's say smart plans, campaigns, things like that, if this link is correct, the consumers can just one touch it and it will immediately take them to your website. It will be an active hyperlink on your marketing. If the link is not correct or does not have like the HTTPS before it, chances are it will not be a hyperlink on your marketing. And so your consumers may have the problem of having to copy and try to paste it or search for your website. So it's just always a good idea to have this be an actual working website link right here and to include your HTTPS colon / at the beginning. www is not compatible with the KW agent sites, just FYI. So if you have www on this, you might want to remove it. That's not needed for your agent site and can actually make it give an error. Okay. Coming on down, Market Center information. Chances are this is already completed for you, especially if you were set up by us here at at Scott Leroy Marketing. And so by chance, if you do not have this set up, or maybe you've changed offices and that you need this updated, you can always make the changes here within this section or contact us and let us help you. And if you are needing your Market Center logo, I want to show you where you can get those from. Also included is the generic KW logo I mentioned earlier with the team logo field. If you want to be able to have that, you can always just come to another tab and go to kwconnect.com. If you're prompted to log in, it would be the same as your command logins. And once you're here, you can go to resources and down to marketing. And it's taking its little time here today. Let's try it again. There we go. And so once you're there under resources again and marketing, once you come to this page, you will notice logos and branding right here. Go ahead and give that a click. And when you come down about midway down the page, you'll see this area right here, Market Center logos. In this particular field, you can go ahead and enter your Market Center number, and it should bring up the options for you. When you find your Market Center, over here on the right, you can either preview or download those logos. It's usually a zip file that you'll have to download onto your machine or device and go ahead and unzip that or extract the contents from it so that you can see all the different logos that are provided. Usually they'll give you some black and white ones and then some colored ones as well. And that way you have a little bit of a choice that you can use throughout your marketing, whichever you prefer. Below this particular section are going to be your KW logos. They offer primary logos and then also getting more into the stacked layout. Your informal KWs just with the lettering, informal linear, and then also the 1KW. Give you a few options of those as well. And so you can come here and simply click on the bottom depending on which one you're looking to download, and it should prompt you from there on how to get them to your devices and use them in your marketing. Okay, so that way you have access to your logos and the KW logos. We'll go ahead and go back over here to our marketing profile, and you can upload that Market Center logo in this particular field. It also works best if it is a perfect square, okay? And down here, compliance and your legal footers. Any information that you need to be compliant for your area. Again, not only just for your brokerage, your market center, but also for your board that you have joined and any state regulations that you need to do to meet compliance. You may want to consider adding that legal footer here and it will be displayed on your website. If you need any links to be added, you can add those here, especially for our Texas agents that have to have those disclaimers. And then if you need to add another link, you have an option here. And you do have the option for legal footer images. Just know that these are teeny little images at the very bottom of your website. It's up to you if you want to utilize this. Some agents get super creative and do things like maybe some designations that you've earned, like seller representative specialist, SRS. They'll put their little icon down here as the footer image just to have it there, just to have it displayed and have a little more content to your site. You can definitely do that. Some people will see put like fair housing or the real estate logo. Whatever you would like to do, you can add it. Just know it is very small. And last but not least, your social platforms. Let me toggle over to the KW Agent site to show you where these are. See the icons up here in the top right-hand corner? I will zoom in because that looks extremely tiny. So right here, you have your social platform links in the top right-hand corner. And so those can be one-touch links as well. The consumer can just click on those and it will take them right to your social platforms. Well, right over here on your marketing profile is where you would add those to make them clickable links. You'll just want to make sure that any link that you put in these particular fields, again, is an active link and it takes someone to your public profile. In other words, they're not prompted to log in to that particular platform in order to access your profile. And so, again, just make sure that this is a full, complete link. And if you want to test them out, we highly recommend it. Go ahead and copy that link like I showed you before, pop it into another tab just to make sure it really does go to your public profile. Okay. Google Analytics is listed down here. That has actually gotten a little bit of a facelift. I will show you a little bit later where you would add this into the back of your KW agent site. But the Google Analytics, if you're not super familiar, this is a way that you can actually track activity on your KW agent site. It's a Google product and it would show you all the traffic that's been on and off your site. And if you would like help getting that set up, we can definitely help you do that. Just reach out to us. And then if you're looking to do it on your own, our YouTube link that we shared with you previously, there is a tech tip video on there to show you how to get that set up yourself if you'd prefer. Any changes that you make to your marketing profile, definitely go ahead and click save at the bottom, and that way it's completely up to date. And that's that first profile I was talking to you about that populates information on your website. Let's go look at that second profile, what's called the My Profile. Up here in the top right hand corner, click your name and choose My Profile. If you, again, have been with KW for any length of time, you may be used to something called the white pages. That is where a profile and information used to be displayed for you as an agent. That is no longer a thing. They have now moved that information to right here within your command. So now you have a command, My Profile. They are also referring to this as your record profile or your profile of record, a little bit of a different way of saying it. Either way, this is your profile within command, and you can update some of your information here. And it will be reflected, some of it on your KW agent site, and some of it does feed over to like your KW profile. So in this top field, right here in the About Me, this is the information you will want to be absolutely correct. You can always come right here to edit. You can update your profile photo here, and that will change it on your KW agent profile. Your name. Here's that second place where your biography would need to go. So go ahead and make sure it's updated here. Just a little side note, there's actually a third place to update your biography within Command, but it does not reflect on your KW agent site. It's actually for your referral profile. So again, if you're looking to get your bio updated within Command, you can always reach out to us and we can make sure it's updated in the right spot. But the two places that I've shown you today will reflect on your KW agent site. Preferred language. You can always choose this here from the drop-down menu. And just below that, if you speak any other languages, you can also add that here by just simply selecting it, and that will also be reflected on your agent site. And your service areas, the particular areas that you would like to specialize in, you can always add those in here by city, zip, or even a neighborhood name. And if you have any specialties or designations you would like to add, you can add them here. Once you're done, just make sure you click Save. And again, it should update actually on your website within about 30 minutes, but there are some fields on here, like the profile photo on this particular profile, that may take up to 72 hours to fully update on your site. Okay. So those are the two profiles that do affect the information that populates on your website. Now let's actually jump into your websites tab, and that way we can go through some more settings for your KW agent site. I'm going to go ahead and click back to marketing profile and home just to get you back to the command dashboard here so everybody is good with orientation and knows where we are. And your websites tab is right over here in the bottom left. Used to be called your consumers tab. If you're not familiar with the icons just yet, you can always click the red square at the top and it will pop out the names for you. Okay, we'll just click it again and hide those. So we'll go ahead and click the websites tab. And this is the new look. Again, if you've been with KW for any length of time, it may look a little bit different than what you're seeing here, or you're used to it looking a little different than what this looks like. This is the new website experience. All of you should already have this upgrade. KW did go ahead and push through a mandatory upgrade to the new experience. So you all should be seeing this particular view under your websites tab. If for any reason you're not and you're seeing something different, you can always reach out to us and we can take a look at it for you. Okay. There's going to be several places we go on this particular tab to show you some of the default settings and how you can adjust those. Let's go ahead and first start right here with this settings tab at the top. We're going to skip this little guy to edit website. This will jump you into expert mode. I'll go in there in just a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and cover the settings that are listed just below. Just going to scroll down a little bit here for you. Now again, you'll want to make sure you're working on your KW agent site. That's what we're covering today. So again, up in the top right hand corner, just make sure that if you give your name a click, you're looking at that personal account. Okay. Right here is your subdomain. Otherwise, you'll hear us call it your KW agent site URL or domain. But this is where you can actually adjust that and personalize it. So you can put your cursor in there, change this to what you would like, and then come over here and click Save Changes. If it's approved or if it's available to select, you'll get little writing right here underneath this field that will tell you your subdomain has been claimed successfully. And then that's your new website. So you should already see this set up for yourself. If for some reason you don't, you can go ahead and type in a domain right there and choose it. Your full domain will be whatever you enter into this field, .kw.com. Okay. The .kw.com is not able to be changed or removed. Below that, your app URL settings. This particular URL that's in this field is grayed out. There's not a way to personalize it right now, but you can always click the copy button in order to copy it to your clipboard and share it throughout any marketing or send it to anyone you'd like to. This is for your KW consumer app. It's also been called the KW Consumer Mobile App. If you're not familiar with that yet, please go check out that other class, KW Consumer Mobile App class. We do teach that live. We've got it coming up in a couple of weeks, but you can also find it on our YouTube channel. That app is amazing. It's for sellers and buyers, maybe even just tire kickers that are wanting to find out market information or open houses. But it gives you Big Brother access. You get to see what listings people are looking at, which ones they favorite. They can reach out to you and send you messages, questions, request showings, and you are the only agent that it's branded to on that app. So no matter what listing they're looking at, you're the only agent they can reach out to. It's pretty brilliant. As an agent with KW, you should have your own branded app link right here. Okay. That other class does share more about how to share this with your contacts. So definitely check that out. Right here for team referral links, this only applies to other team members if you are part of a team. So I'm going to skip that. If you need any information about that, you can check it out there. And down to preferences. These are some of the default settings, again, that you can adjust as a KW agent. Currently, it does default to display Keller Home Loans on your KW agent site and also Keller Covered. Keller Home Loans, obviously KW Mortgage Company, and Keller Covered is the insurance company. So it is set to be enabled and show those. It's on your website when anyone goes and looks for a particular listing, they will have little pop-ups within that listing information, letting them know if they would like more information, they can click those links. If you do not want that to show, you can always come here and choose disable for these particular options. Okay, it's up to you. We're going to leave ours enabled. And then right here for display neighborhoods on your agent's site. On your agent's site, whenever you go to look for a listing, I'll just go ahead and put in an area just to do a quick search. When you do a search on your KW agent site, it will show the map on the right-hand side. Ooh, I still had it zoomed in really far. Hold on. There we go. And so notice this border around this particular area. And if I zoom in, it actually should show some neighborhoods. Let's see. Yeah, see the other little borders that start to show the blue borders that are on the map? These are neighborhood borders. If for some reason you do not want this to show, some areas are newly developing, maybe the neighborhood borders are not exactly correct for your area, and for some reason you just want them to go away. You don't want the neighborhood borders to show. You can always come right back here to the settings that we were adjusting and choose to disable those neighborhoods from showing on your site if you would like. Okay. Again, just some personal preferences for you if you would like to disable or enable them. When you're done with that section, just click Save Changes for anything that you've done. Okay. And right below that, forced registration. You get to control how many listings a consumer can look at before they are required to enter their contact information on your site. Right now, it does default to unrestricted, meaning a consumer can come to your site and look at as many properties as they would like to, never being forced to enter their contact information. If you would like to change that, you do have a few options here. You can limit it to 10 properties. They can view up to 10 and then they will not be able to get beyond a pop-up that requires them to enter information like their name, email, and phone number. You can also limit it to 2 or 0. So they would not be able to do any property viewing without being able to enter or without being required to enter their contact information. Okay. You make your choices here, however you would like to set it up for your business, and then click Save Changes if you did alter any of that information. Okay. And then coming on back up, that is it for that settings tab that I was showing you here at the top. I'm going to go back to the websites tab right here. You can also just click back over to the tab on the left-hand side, so that we get to this particular page right here. I'm going to show you a little bit further how you can go a little bit deeper into personalizing your page. You can do so by clicking Edit Agent Site. This should give you a preview, there it is, of your agent site right here on the right. And at the top, you can see laptop view, maybe a tablet view, and then a mobile view of your website. You can even hover over that preview and scroll so that you can see what it looks like. We'll go back to laptop view for today. And over on the left-hand side is where you will have a little bit of options to go ahead and make some, tailoring to your website. If you click on the page at the top right here, you can click on Home Page. And again, this is going to give you surface level editability. I'm going to go into expert mode after this, and you can see the next level of being able to change things. But again, this is just some surface level, super basic customization you can do to your home page from this particular area. First is your banner. This is going to be right here in the middle of your screen, the text that appears above your search bar, and also the image that is behind it. And so right here, you can change the images that are rotating behind your search bar. They're also known as hero images or banner images, but you can browse your device right here or drag and drop images to this location, and it will add them into rotation for those images back there in the back. You can also adjust whatever text you would like as the headline or title of this particular area. Below that are your featured properties. Let me scroll down the preview so you can see where we are. Featured properties right here. Depending on your settings, this will actually populate listings based on your settings, and it can refresh those listings. So as they come on the market and meet your criteria, they will populate. Or maybe you have it set to only show your listings or your market center listings. Depending on your settings, this will display on your KW Agent homepage. On the left is where you can go ahead and choose whether or not it displays. You can click the eyeball to hide that particular section and it will be removed from your homepage. But if you want it to be there, you can still click that eyeball so that it will display. You can change the title that you see right here and also the description, the tiny text that would be just below that headline. It does ask you for a center point. Again, this is surface level editing. There is something deeper that I will show you with your featured listings in the next section. But right here, if you're more comfortable with this level of editing, you can go ahead and choose your center point. That means that the featured properties displayed on this particular section will be within a certain radius from this one point. So you can choose things like your office, or maybe it's the center of your town, or a particular listing in an area that you want to make sure you're covering that neighborhood or that niche. But you can go ahead and enter the main point right here and then use your slide bar to adjust how many miles around that center point you want listings to populate. Please know that this tends to be a linear radius, meaning it doesn't mean, if you're from that area, hey, it takes you an hour to get 15 miles down the road. So you're going to set it to, a 15-mile radius or something. Just know that this is linear miles. It's not by road or by travel. And so it may cover a larger area than you are expecting. So just a little pro tip, you might want to go a little conservative on the mileage, um, because it does tend to show a much larger radius than what you're thinking it will. Down below that, you can also set it to be limited within price range, a minimum and a max. You would just choose from these drop-down menus. And that is the editability for your featured listings within this particular area. I'll show you how to customize this even more in just a second. Next section are your testimonials. right here. And so again, have the option to hide or display, the option to adjust the title and the description that you see right here above. And that is it for that particular section. We'll cover that again in the expert mode if you want to go a little bit deeper. Blog list. Coming on down, you do have a blog list on your home site. You can choose to hide this section. Just FYI, if you choose to hide your blogs, it could affect the blog tab that you have in the top right-hand corner of your website. That little blog tab will still stay there, even if you hide blogs. And that way, if a consumer goes to that blog tab, but you've chosen to hide blogs, they could be going to a blank page. Okay. Um, so just know if you're really into customizing your website and jumping into expert mode and you feel very comfortable with computers and tech, we do have a tip video on our website that will help you customize these tabs at the top right and you can make them what you want them to be. So if you're just adamant you don't want blogs on your site, there is a way to go ahead and click this eyeball so that this section does not show on your home page. And then you can go check out that tech tip video on how to, it's called Customize Your Navigation. So you can customize your navigation, otherwise known as your top menu on your website. I would just again, just give a disclaimer. It's a little fidgety. So if you're not super comfortable with computers and super patient, it can be a little tricky. I don't recommend jumping in if you're not super familiar with it. Right here with the blog list, you can update the headline and the description that you're seeing over here on your screen. And that's the depth of customization for your homepage from this particular view. I want to show you the two other things that are listed right here on this left-hand side, and then we'll jump into expert mode to go a little deeper. Okay. Right here, you can add content with a plus sign, like a blog post. If you want to add in your own blog post that you're seeing down here, Vanessa, you are on it. Yep. So Vanessa's asking, do the current blog posts change by default or must we change them? Great question. You do have some customization options as to which ones display, what order they are in, and have the option to create more or remove some. That will be in your expert mode, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But you do have under this add content button right here, you can choose to go ahead and add an additional blog post right here. I'm going to show you another way how to do it as well. But you do have an option just to quickly jump in and add a content right here if you want. The last button over here on the left is going to be your styling. You're welcome, Vanessa. Make sure you let me know if you have any more questions after I go over it in just a few minutes, though, if I don't cover something you're curious about. So right here for styling, you do have some color options and some theme options. Notice on the right-hand side, I think we're on the default right now. And so I'll just go ahead and click that to make sure. Yeah. So the default, notice how the search button has a scope of going from purple to red. You can do KW red and it will just make that button solid red. You do have slate dark. Notice how the background is now not white. FYI, while this looks a little more modern, sometimes if you go to add custom content to some pages and things like that, sometimes the text will not display like you want. It may show grayed out or a little darker, so even to the point where it's unreadable. So just make sure if you're rolling with this slate dark theme, double check yourself when you're adding content to your page to make sure it displays correctly. And slate light, a little bit of a different look. Instead of the buttons being red or purple and red, it makes those gray, a little more monotoned. And then also KW red and dark, carbon light, and then carbon dark. Okay. So few options here. Select whichever one you prefer, and that will automatically be set as the theme for your page. It may take it a couple of moments to get updated. any of the changes I've just shown you here within this tab, those updates should be about 30 minutes. Sometimes you'll click on your page and you see it updated. You'll come back in 5 minutes and it's not there anymore. Give it the full 30 minutes. It should be solid after that. Now, those are these surface level changes that I've just shown you. I'm fixing to jump into expert mode. Please do not feel overwhelmed if this is your first time jumping in to the new agent site expert mode. Again, if you have any questions, definitely drop those in the chat. And if you're watching by recording, you can always reach out to us at our email and we'll be happy to help you through some of this, okay? Well, all of it really. So right up here in the top right, I'm going to go ahead and click expert mode just to jump in a little bit deeper. By the way, if you made any changes here, definitely make that publish button. Click that. I apologize if I did not say that sooner. Definitely go ahead and make sure you click publish so your changes are applied. Let's go ahead and click expert mode. And this is going to take you to your website editor. It'll give you an offer to give you a tour. Go ahead and take that if you want, but you always have the option to explore on your own down here at the bottom. And ta-da! This is what your editor looks like. First things first, you want to make sure the site that you're wanting to work on is this site listed right here. You should see your KW agent site listed right here. If you do not, maybe you have leadership privileges, you're part of your Market Center staff, or maybe again, you're a team member, and so you might have a team site that you have ability to edit. You can always come right here to this particular link. It may say your name, it may say your team name, but go ahead and give that a click. And you should see another option to click another site if you are part of leadership or you're on a team. You would just want to make sure that you choose that site that you're wanting to make the changes to before moving forward with the editor. Okay. Since our agent site is already appearing right here, we'll go ahead and stick with it. And now we're going to come down a little bit further. And your default pages are the page refresh. Let me do it again. So, okay, guys, I'm not touching anything. For some reason, the page keeps refreshing. So I apologize about it jumping. So right here, default pages. These are the default pages that are on every single KW agent site. You should see your home page, your About the Agent or About Me page, and then your blog page. I'm going to cover these particular ones today in depth and go through each field with you to show you the or more customization than what I just showed you. Again, we do have other classes that go into how to create custom pages, custom content. We have those tech videos on our YouTube channel. So again, if you're looking to go even further, you can definitely check that out. And at the end of class, I'll make sure I go to the YouTube channel and show you how to search for those. But for today, we're going to cover these default pages. For the first one, we're going to jump into the home page, and you do so by clicking on it. On the left-hand side will be the fields that we can make changes to. On the right, you'll actually see the preview of your home page that should update in real time in this preview as you're making the changes, just to give you an idea of what it would look like if you choose to save the changes. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the fields on the left. I'm going to minimize all the sections so that you can see them. So you should have these 4 sections over here on the left. First is going to be your listing search module, and you can simply click on that gray bar to expand your options. On the right-hand side, what we're covering is this area right here at the top of your home page, your search module. You can always add a title to this section. So instead of "Let's find your dream home," maybe you want to personalize that a little more. You can do so here. You also have the option to hide the for rent search option. Notice right here above your search bar, it says buy and rent. If you do not want that rent option to show where people can search rental properties on your site, you can always choose to toggle this on and it will hide that for rent option right there. It may take it a second to fully update. Notice the little eyeball over here working. That's letting you know that it's taking a moment just to get updated. Once it's done, you should see that disappear. It took away the buy and the rent. So now that search bar is always for sale properties, resale or new construction. It could be land, it could be homes, whatever it is, but either way, it's not rental. Okay. You make the choice on your page, whichever you would like. Down to the hero images in the background, or AKA banner images. This is the same option you had previously, but with this now in the new level of expert, you can actually come here and rearrange the photos if you want, put them in a different order. You can also come here and choose to add a video instead of an image. Please know this is a newer feature. We have yet to see this work more successfully than not most of the times. And so just know that it may or may not work with the custom video. You would need to choose custom video and then follow these guidelines that are shared right here in order to upload that video. Okay, we'll go back to custom images. You can always add more images if you would like, or you can choose the negative, like the red sign right here, to remove some if you don't want those to show. Down below that, there is some fallback hero content. This is a new in development feature that has not fully launched yet, so we're going to skip this particular section. And next, you have your featured properties section. So we'll click that banner or that bar and open up those features. Let's scroll down on the right so you can see them. These again are the featured properties. When a consumer comes to your site, they can scroll through these. And even, I don't know if you can see the little 5 dots or 6 dots underneath each photo, they can actually sit here and scroll through a couple of the photos per each listing without having to click on the listing itself too. It's pretty neat. You can choose to display or hide this feature, change the title and description like we had seen before. But here's where it goes into a little more options, or goes into more options. I can speak English, I swear. Okay, so add listings. You have a dynamic and a basic option here, guys. You will see this in expert mode on most of the sections that you can edit. Anytime you see basic, just assume that now you have made it to where you will have to manually update that. It will not automatically update. Changing this to the basic version means I need to come here now and hit this plus sign and dictate which property address it will need to show. This would be good if maybe you really do only want it to show a particular property or certain group of properties at a time. You can come in here, start typing in the address. It will start populating addresses that match that. And you would simply choose the address from the list, give it a moment, and it will start populating that property on the preview so you can see it. It's going really slow today. There it goes. All right. And so you can add a couple of properties if you want to this particular area, as many as you want to add. See if I can get a fake street address. Every now and again, there will be a property that'll match it. There we go. All right. And so you can put a couple of properties on here. You can put more than a couple, actually. You can add as many as you would like. Um, You do have the option to move these in order. You can just drag and drop if you want them to show in a different order. To add, you click the plus sign. To remove, you click the red minus sign. Okay. But just know they will stay there forever. Even if they come off the market, you will need to come back and manually remove these featured listings and manually update them. Okay. If you're under the basic option. Let me show you dynamic. This is better leverage for you because you're not going to have to manually update this all the time. When you do dynamic, it lets you go back to choosing that center location and choosing that radius around that center location right here. so that it will automatically populate those fresh listings that match your criteria for you, and you don't have to manually keep up with it all the time. Okay. So scrolling on down, you can also choose to show properties in that particular state only that you are in. This is helpful if you are close to a state border, but maybe you're not licensed in that other state just yet, or with no plans to get licensed in it. This way you can toggle it on and make sure that the properties are showing for only the state that you're licensed in. Next, you can choose the max number of properties to display right here. You can also sort the listing by whichever criteria you would like. Okay. Sometimes days on site, newest to oldest, will show the newest and best, but also a popular setting is recently updated because maybe it's been on the market for a while, but it just had a price improvement. So you can set this however you would like it to sort through the listings. You do still have the option to maybe pin a particular favorite listing or a couple of listings. You can do a few, but you can still hit that plus sign just like I showed you on the basic option. Maybe you have a particular listing that you want to make sure is in rotation. So you can go ahead and add that in. It will pin that listing and make sure that it always shows on your featured listings. And that way, like your listings, you can guarantee to your clients, hey, you will always be on the home page of my site. Right here, you'll see that particular pinned listing. So it will always be in rotation, even if the others update automatically. Okay. So you can add as many as you would like. You can also remove them. Again, that red negative sign. You've got a couple more options down here under feature listings by, and this is where you can choose to feature just your own listings or even just your market center listings. Under filter listings, these are some more filters that you can add if you really want to be specific about what types of properties show on your homepage. I'm not going to go through all of these. I just will give you the disclaimer of the more filters you add, the more chances you have of possibly weeding out a potential property. So might want to go light on the different filters that you're applying. Okay. We'll go ahead and minimize those sections and come down to testimonials. So your testimonials right here on your home page, when a person submits a testimonial on your site, you do need to come in here and manually add it into your rotation to be displayed on your home page. Just because they submitted it to your website does not mean it will automatically be displayed. Okay. Also, if you're getting reviews like on Zillow or Google and you want to add them to your KW agent site, you would simply come to your agent site and fill out the leave a review form. And you would enter the information, and that's a way to get that testimonial added in. And you would come right here to your testimonials list and choose it to be displayed. And I'll show you how to do that. So with your featured testimonials, you have the standard title, description. You still have that basic and dynamic choice that I just told you. Just remember, basic means you need to manually come in here and make sure it's updated. Dynamic, while you still have to choose for the particular testimonial to be displayed, it will rotate back and forth. So let's say you end up getting like 20 reviews on your page. The max number to display at a time will be 9. Having it set to dynamic means it will rotate through all the ones you've selected to be viewed, and it will keep 9 fresh on your site at all times. You can choose how to sort through them, oldest to newest, whichever you prefer. And you do have some filtering options as well with these testimonials, okay? If you want to come in and make sure like testimonials from a particular city or a particular star rating, whichever you prefer, you can set those filters. And if you do have testimonials that have been left on your site and you want to make sure they're rotating through right here on your featured testimonials, you can simply click the plus sign and you should see them listed right here if they've been submitted to your site. If you're not seeing them listed in this drop down, chances are they may not have completed when the submission when they were putting in the testimonial. Okay. But you would simply just select one of these that you would like to be displayed on your testimonials. You can add as many as you would like. They would rotate between those 9. If you want to put them in a different order, drag and drop. If you want to remove them, it's that negative sign right there again. Okay. Last but not least on your home page is the My Blog right here. Scroll down on the right-hand side so you can see it. There we go. And so you do have those options again, change the title, change the description. You also have basic and dynamic right here. We're going to leave it on dynamic again, and that will let you show the types that it's showing, which are blog posts. You can sort by newest or alphabetical. You can choose up to 4 to be displayed at a time. This is the number 1, and then you have 2, 3, and 4. And you can choose filtering. Um, it depends on how you would like to filter those blogs to actually show on your homepage. And if you want to add a particular one to make sure it's in rotation of these 4, you can click your plus sign right here, click the blank line, and you would be able to choose from all the blog pages, blog posts that you've added in here. If you want to add a new one, you can. It's right here on the bottom left-hand corner. Create blog post and click new. It will take you to a form to fill out and create your new blog post. Once it's created, you'll see it over here on the right to be able to choose from, and you would simply click that link to add that blog into rotation right here. Okay. You do have the option typically to remove some of the blogs that have also been added here. Um, and usually they are listed right here. So I'm assuming that we're having a little bit of a glitch as I'm displaying this to you, but typically you can come in here and actually see the 4 that are listed right here at the bottom, and it's not showing me today, but you can actually go in and remove these if you want, or change the sort option that you have it so that maybe your newest blog show instead of these standard 4 that you have on your site. And that's how you would edit the home page of your KW Agent site. I'm going to go ahead and click the red KW in the top left. If you made any changes, make sure you click that save button in the far right-hand corner. We're going to go ahead and click leave since we don't want to change anything. And next that you see right here is the About the Agent. This is usually at the top right-hand corner of your home page. This is going to pull from those profiles we covered at the beginning of class. So I'm just going to show you briefly some of the options you have to edit here. Well, all the options you have, but the About Me will show on the far right as the preview. You'll see the My Details and About Scott. We again are using a demo account. You should see your headshot, your bio, and your contact information listed right here. You can come right here to Agent Profile and choose to display or hide it. For the agent details, it just gives you the option to display or hide it, because again, editing any of the particular information would need to be changed on those profiles. And then you also have your bio, display, change the header, and then your preferred vendors. Right down here is a section for preferred vendors. You can choose to turn this on if you want to show your market center um, vendors. Some market centers do not have this set up yet, so definitely come and check this first. If you toggle it on and do not see any vendors populate right here, then your market center may not be using this feature just yet. But some are using it heavily, and if you don't have any vendors that you want to particularly put on here, you can always have your market center partners on there as well, or in conjunction with yours. So even, can you guys still hear me? It looks like Zoom cut off. No worries. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to get back. It is 2 o'clock, guys. I'm going to wrap this up in 30 seconds. If you need to go, please know that you can always reach out to us. Again, there we go. I see somebody posting, did we lose her? Okay, I'm back. For some reason, that just completely dipped out and closed Zoom. So I apologize. A tech issue. It does appear to be on my end today. So again, 2 more seconds, guys. I know it's 2 o'clock. I was just going to show you right here. If you want to add in vendors to your About Me page, you can do so right here by clicking this link, and you can add in your vendors right here. Last but not least, going to click on the KW at the top and click on the blog page just really quickly to review that with you in our last 30 seconds here. And so on the blog page, this is when they click blog on the top right-hand corner of your site. It will bring you to your blog page. You can change the display name, also your page heading right here. And you can make sure that you change the background. And then also right here is where you can scroll down, and there's the blogs that I was trying to show you earlier. They are now showing here. And so that you can come here and actually remove them or reorder them. You do not have to have the default showing. You can remove them and you can add in blogs right here as well. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and stop the recording. If you have any questions, I'll stay for a minute and try to get those answered for you. If you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.